Ladies and gentlemen, Xeno scum, filthy heretics, welcome to another Triple One's Wargaming podcast. My name is Jasper, and I'm joined with
Zach Wallace.
And today we're going to be hitting that Imperial Knights Codex, baby.
Indeed. Get ready for the joust.
Yes, it's here, it's big, it's complicated, a lot more so than we thought going into this.
Yeah, I was amazed how many rules were in this book compared to like the 8th edition Codex even.
You know, looking over the book, I'm like, this will be easy. It's Knights, bang it out quick. No, they got some legit synergies and rules.
It's wild. Like, we were gonna do both the Chaos and Imperial Knight Codexes, and just no way to fit it into like a convenient episode length.
No, especially because we both don't really have much experience with Knights.
Right.
So
harder to paraphrase.
Yeah, paraphrase and know exactly like what's changed and whatnot. But going into it, we'll just hit it right off the bat. We're gonna go over the army-wide buffs.
Awesome.
All right. The monofaction buff is Code Chivalric.
Okay.
Code Chivalric. So what this does is it gives a honor point system. So you have to keep track of these honor points, and you can gain them or lose them you can't go below 0 or over 6. And the way it kind of works is like as you acquire these points, you get like buffs.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so like there's like the medium buff, which is 1 to 4 points. So pretty easy to get there as you start at 0 and you start the game at 1. So just don't lose any. You're up that. And then virtuous is 5 to 6. So if you're there, you get even more buffs.
Okay.
So the way it works is you get these points primarily based off of these oaths, and oaths are these like pre-game things you pick in the list writing stage.
Okay.
So you have 4 oaths to choose from, right? So and each oath has 4 parts. So we got the pledge, troth, honored ability, and virtuous ability. All right, and so the pledge is the condition to uphold the oath. So it's basically what you're trying to accomplish to get points. The troth is the condition that represents you failing the oath. And then the honored ability is the buff you get if you remain honorable, and the virtuous ability is what you get if you are virtuous. Follow me?
Following so far. All right.
So like, you have the 2 oaths, but you only have 1 honored pool. So if you're honored, you get the abilities for both oaths. And if you're virtuous, you get both virtuous abilities. You don't have like separate ones, so you can have one that you're primarily getting the points off of, and then you're still getting both benefits. If that makes sense. So, like pledges. So some examples of the pledges are like control more objectives at the end of the battle round than your opponent. So that's one that gives you a point. Another one is perform a heroic or charge an enemy that's already in a scrum, like a combat. So like stuff, just kind of like stuff throughout the game that like you might already be doing or maybe can kind of build into are the pledges. So like, I think it's pretty cool thing. All right, power might go off. So
we might have to continue this one. We'll see what happens.
We will see.
Ooh.
Yes, and then the troths are kind of like the antithesis of the pledge. So, like, for example, for the ones that I gave, if you don't control more objectives than your opponent at the end of the battle round, you lose a point.
Okay.
And then if you could have charged something or heroic and you chose not to, then you lose a point.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Having to, like, stay outside of 12 to...
If you don't want to charge, yeah. So, yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Buffs, so like, let's see, I have it down here somewhere, right here. So like buffs include stuff like gaining CP, counting as more OBSEC models.
I like that.
Heroic within 6 for characters, and then you can even one of them is change a hit, wound, or save to a 6 after rolling.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so these are different buffs. Some of these are heroic, some of them are not. There's a lot of stuff to go over. Just kind of want to give you guys like a little synopsis of what it is.
Just a taste.
Just a little taste. Yeah, so what do you think of those army-wide buffs? Thoughts?
Really cool. A lot of fun. I like the gaining honor points and such by doing honorable deeds and
fulfilling your oath.
Yeah, it's very knight, like, I don't know.
Very knight centric.
Right, it feels like medieval honor-bound knight kind of a system.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. It's kind of complicated. No, not complicated, but like coming in not knowing anything about knights and then also having to learn these new rules. It was like, oh, okay, but it seems pretty easy, and cool. I like it too. I like that there's a downside or like something that can penalize you. That's pretty cool. So as we go on, I'll go over the bondsman thing. So, like, bondsmen basically are for, like, the big daddy knights, give buffs to their children. So, like, the little armigers. And, like, the buffs, like, are, like, command phase abilities. And each, like, knight has its different bondsman ability on its data sheet. And they basically select an armiger within X amount of distance, and it gets, like, stuff like +1 to ballistic skill, +1 to hit, which is what I just said. But yeah, so stuff like that. And in addition to any of these bondsmen, it also gives -1 damage, no matter what it is.
That's kind of...
So you can give these armigers -1 damage, which is...
I like that a lot.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving the -1 damage on my Carnifex. So.
Yes, so on an armiger, T7, 3 up, 5 up. Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, so then going over the households. Households are like the chapters for knights. I picked 2. I picked one from the Mechanicus and one from the Imperialis. So from the Mechanicus, my favorite one was House Raven. Nice and simple. Lets you advance and shoot with ignoring penalties. So like I can advance and shoot my heavy weapons, my assault weapons, all that. So very mobile. I like that for knights.
Yeah, anything that adds mobility, especially when you have so few models, you kind of want to get them where they need to be.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
So I like that one. And then from the Imperialis, there's a lot of cool combat ones. I don't know knights enough to pick a favorite one of those, so I just went with a basic, easy, act as double your wounds, and then you start with 1 extra higher honor point. So you'd start with 2. So this lets you act as full profile. So, you got 10 wounds, you're acting as 20. That's always pretty nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
So those are little tastes of the households. The warlord traits for the generic. My favorite one for that would either be the Iron Bulwark, which is a 4-up invulnerable against shooting attacks for your big father knight.
Yep, yeah, knights like invulns.
Yeah, so now imagine this big chunky knights at a 3-up, 4-up against shooting. It's gonna be pretty tough being T8 with a lot of wounds.
Yeah, what are they up to, like 28 on some of the big ones now?
Some of the big, I think the Castellan has like 28 wounds, so that's spicy.
It's a lot to chew through.
Yeah, a little scary. The other one that I liked is Blessed by the Sacrosaunts. It's mortal wounds it's on a 6 to wound, you get a mortal wound in addition for shooting.
Always good to have.
Ooh, so so like all of your guns shooting, just everything to wound on a 6 and extra mortal. That's gonna stack up quick.
Just weight of dice.
Yeah, like I put that on a whatever one has just a buttload of shots. Put that on that.
That's really cool.
I like that a lot. The relic, going into the relic section, I like the Bastard's Helm. This is an armiger relic, actually. So it gives the bearer +1 to wound in shooting and fighting, and it also lets you pick another armiger next to you to do the same. So you got like a buddy cop.
That's cool.
So like,
buddy cop.
That's a Goonhammer said. But yeah, so like I like it for the ranged ones. You're sitting back shooting like the strength 7 guns with +1 to wound, very spicy, but also just some nice close combat. +1 to wound is nice. So that I really like that relic. And then I also like the Sanctuary relic, was just this 4-up invulnerable save in combat. So you could pair that. You could either put that on the same warlord with the 4-up, so it just always has a 4-up, or put it on a different one, like a gallant that's going up there to charge. I don't know. You got options.
Yeah. Put the shooty one on the shooty knight, and put the combat one on the combat knight.
Yep.
Go to town.
Go to town. Yeah. So I don't know. I like that. There's another one that 2-up armor save. Just make your knight go from a 3-up to a 2-up. Kind of weird that they don't already have 2-ups, to be honest with you. But
really though, yeah, I was kind of surprised a lot of them didn't.
Yeah, like especially with the AP creep in this game, I'm like, weird that they still have a 3-up, but
Especially when Tyrannofex has a 2-up.
yeah, like I mean these are like gargantuan, just skyscraper robots.
Right.
3-up, whatever. They got a lot of wounds. Yeah, what do you think of those relics? Warlord traits.
Very cool. Yeah, like I said, anytime you're given a knight an invuln feels really good. I was always amazed how quickly you could chew through knights in close combat when they never got an invuln. I even had like the Incarn kill like 3 knights back to back to back. It was like, well, that was quick.
Yeah.
Being able to give them invulns feels really good. Again, these just feel very thematic and fun on a lot of them.
Yeah, and there's some other like weapon stuff, but I just don't know enough about the weapons to like really comment on it. So like I saw some stuff that let you like sweep better and better strength on like close combat, but didn't know it enough. These ones just seem basic and easy. Yeah. So going on, Knights have point upgrades called the Exalted Court. So like every army's been getting the point upgrades, Knights also. So one of them that I like, the High Monarch, it gives Bondsman ability as an aura for that knight. So
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, so instead of being a command phase thing, an aura. I think you're taking that every time. I don't know what the points are on that, but I think regardless of what the points are, you're taking that. That's insane.
Dish it out to every armiger in range. Sounds really good.
I mean, forget even whatever like normal buff it is, just giving -1 damage as an aura.
Right.
Like,
holy shit.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Especially in like armiger spam lists. That's kind of crazy.
6 to 8 armigers, all with -1 damage. Like, yikes.
I like it.
I like so I like that one a lot. And then I also like the Forge Master. So it's a model wholly if you have that knight wholly within your deployment zone, it gets damage reduction. I don't know. It didn't specify what it was in the article, but getting a damage reduction is always nice for a big knight.
That is cool.
Makes it a lot harder to chomp them through.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, like comparing it to when I could take my Dima as Crusher and give him -1 damage. Even on a Dima, which isn't as resilient as a Knight, that -1 damage is huge. Made it feel way more resilient.
Way more, yeah.
So give it like 10 more wounds and T8, and now it's a Knight.
Yeah. That's scary, to say the least.
Scary.
Now going over their secondaries, they did get some pretty good secondaries. I know you liked one of them, Zach.
Yeah, so I kind of looked over these a little bit, and I don't think it's the best one, but as like a clutch little board control one, specifically on 6 objective missions, it's essentially the same as Stranglehold, but you only have to hold half or more objectives than your opponent. So half the objectives on the board or more. So if you can knock your opponent off of 1 and they're only on 1 objective, all you have to do is sit on 2 to get it. Or if it's a 6 objective mission and you have 3 on your side of the board, just hold those 3, hopefully behind some cover even, and you'll be scoring Stranglehold without having to reach across and hold a 4th. I like it as a nice little option for when Stranglehold isn't ideal.
Yeah, makes it easier on those, like you said, the 6 objective ones where you're stretched out maybe a little thinner than you'd like with your, 4 models.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that one a lot. I also really like this action one. Man, so it's Renew the Oaths. The action is performed within 6 inches of the battlefield, and you do it at the end of the movement phase. It's 3 victory points for whoever does it. 3. +1 for Titanic, so if it's a big knight, +1. +1 for a character. So if it's a character big knight, you're getting 5 victory points. Okay. And then you also roll on 4 up. You get an honor point.
Wow!
Okay. Okay. I really like this. So Armigers just getting a flat 3 is nice. You don't have to sacrifice a big knight shooting in combat. But also just having if you have that one turn, you're like, screw it, I'm setting my character knight up, it's doing it, and I'm getting 5 VP.
Wow, yeah. And Did you say there was no stipulation on opponents' models being in the center?
None.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter if they have anyone up there, unless it's Death Leaper, I guess. Ooh. No, but
what does Death Leaper do?
He has the 6-inch aura of you can't start actions.
Yeah, so don't be within 6 of Death Leaper.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Don't do that.
For one turn, and then he's
Yes.
either dead or yeah. But I like this one a lot because even if you just have an Armiger do it for all 5 turns, it's 15. Or if you have an Armiger do it just a couple times, and then later on in the game you need an emergency switch just to get 5 VP, you can just have a character do it.
Yeah.
It's nice, and your opponent can't interact with it very well, besides zoning out the board, but they can only do that in the middle of the board for so long.
Especially if it's not a 6... especially if there's no center objective, it's just another place that they'd have to put resources that only affects the secondary.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. And it's not free either. Like, if you're doing it with your character Big Knight, you're giving up like 400 or 500 points of shooting.
Right, yeah.
Like, you're seriously...
is costly,
you're taking like pretty big hit for your damage output to do this. So it's not like it's like a guaranteed secondary, which I also like. It's not like the Grey Knight one where you just put 15 down.
Right.
You know?
It's definitely something I wouldn't use a Big Knight for until late game if they're still around, kind of a thing.
Right.
But
yeah, and this leads greatly into our next last little bit here, the nightly teachings. It's litanies for knights.
Fun.
There are like certain knights that get to do litanies, and I'll give you a couple that I really like. And these litanies pretty much they all affect armigers. Looking at it, they all affect armigers. So the first one, you're gonna love this first litany. So on a roll of a 3, the Folly of Mercy, you can perform an action and still shoot.
Such a cool name. And
yeah, so that little armiger now gets
Yep.
Can't do it on a Big Knight, but that little armiger,
still, yeah.
pop it on that little boy, and he gets to at least shoot and do
like
that
that
action.
a lot.
Very good. Yeah, I like that one a lot. The next one, Virtue of Courage, exploding 6s to hit.
Yeah.
That's just good. When's that not good? And the last one that I've listed here, the Knight's Faith, it's just a 6-up, feel no pain. There are ways with bondsman abilities to bump that up to a 5-up, and keep in mind you can give that point upgrade to make that knight with the 5-up an aura, and then throw this. So one of them can have a 5-up with a -1 damage, and the other ones can have 6-ups. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, new knights look like so much fun.
Yeah, that's the synopsis of it. Kind of get like a little basic idea of what they do. I mean, they shoot good, they punch good, they live good. That's what knights do.
I love it. Yeah, we were sitting here talking about knights and everything, and I was even pondering over, do I sell some of my Tau stuff and just buy a new knight set? You get 1,000-point army for like a handful of models. That's not too bad.
Why shouldn't I? Yeah, like we were having some serious debates on, do we just pull the trigger on some knights? Right here, right now.
I wonder if they still have that box on the GW site. I'm sure it's sold out by now. There's no way it's still
definitely gone. I mean, it's such a good, like, it's not like the greatest deal. It's not a bad deal. It's not a, like, insane deal, but like the models.
Right. Some amazing sculpts in there.
Like, it's a nice start to Chaos Knight armor. You can't go wrong with that Big Knight with the 2 like little war dogs, little hot dogs.
Oh, the Cubone head. And that weird vulture-y thing is so cool.
I really like that Raven head you showed me.
Right? Yeah, this kind of mechanical bird of, or carrion bird look to it.
Yeah.
I might not be able to resist, really.
I mean, he's going on the website now.
I'm pulling up the site just to see if it's there.
Just to see if there's the option.
There's no way it's still available, but...
He's gonna try.
I'm just gonna take a peek.
Take a little peek, see what you can see.
Like we were kind of talking about, it's a lot of it is just the conversion possibilities and the like paint scheme. Like, you're talking about painting or freehanding stuff on the panels of Imperial Knights would be sweet.
Yeah, like I look at an Imperial Knight and I just go, that's a great place for a canvas.
Right.
Am I good at freehand? No. But it'd be a cool place to practice it.
Right? Yeah. Like, very few better places to practice freehanding than those. Like, Eldar has some good opportunities.
Eldar has some good stuff, and like some like Space Marine brick tanks.
Yeah.
Can be okay, you know? But I mean, those big pauldrons are just fantastic for freehand opportunities.
Right, they're perfect. I even want to see the marble effect you were talking about.
Yeah, I gotta get that mastered down because I'm excited to try and do that with the airbrush. My computer is aggressive there. Yeah. What do you think Knights are gonna do to the meta?
Oh man, well, I wasn't bringing enough Venom cannons before. I'll be bringing more now.
Yeah.
I will probably end up trying I'm really excited about this, but I will end up trying, if Knights are in our meta a little bit, a Rupture Cannon T-Fex.
Yeah.
Because that can put out some hurt. I wanted to use a Rupture Cannon Tyrannofex for so long.
What does that guy do?
So, I mean, he's like 190 points if you take the Rupture Cannon. But he's 17 wounds, 2 up save, T8 body, and then let me pull up his cannon here.
It's a mean one.
It's mean. I know it's 3 shots.
I'm gonna call it 6 damage. A shot. I'm calling it.
That's it?
We'll call it.
6 damage, eh? Fleshborer Hives. I want hordes to come like back in fashion, just so I can rock like 38 Fleshborer shots.
I mean, if it's more than 6 damage, that's insane.
Oh, just,
what do you mean
just
that's it?
Wait. So it's heavy 3, 48-inch range, strength 14, AP 4, D6 plus 4 damage.
Jeez.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. Min 5.
So it's 5 to 10 damage.
Yeah.
AP 4,
hell?
3 shots.
Oh my.
Potentially 30 damage.
That just shits on the old Fire Prism. My God.
Hope you have that invuln save on some of your knights.
They do have it in shooting.
That is nice. Yeah.
Most knights have that 5 up in shooting.
Yeah.
So they gonna need that.
Gonna need that.
Gonna hope that you have that oath buff up where you change a roll to a 6.
Yeah,
save.
indeed.
Gonna hope you have that up.
I'm thinking that and a harpy with 2 venom cannons, and then maybe even a shard gullet.
You might need a shard gullet. I like the shard gullet with Tyrant Guard, so you can sit there and not be targeted and blast away.
Yeah. What's your plan to deal with knights?
If I'm Eldar, fire prisms.
Yeah.
Just fire prisms.
More fire prisms.
I'll just I have the 2 in there for Tyranids. Like
Son of a bitch.
They're in there for Tyranids, and they help against other armies. But like I basically looked at Tyranids and I went, I need to be able to kill Maliceptor and not like blink. Fire prisms.
That's fair.
So they're in there. For sisters, Melta, baby.
Yeah.
Melta.
Yeah. Just...
Melta and hide.
That's
with
fair.
Melta. That's the plan there.
You know, at least the big ones don't benefit from obscuring. So you can that T-Fex could just sit behind shit.
That's what my fire prisms are gonna do. They're just gonna sit behind shit, link fire, and blast. And just hope to take like 18 to 20 damage away a turn.
That's solid. That's solid.
Pray. They're gonna sit and pray.
Yeah. I'm really excited to take a Tyrannofex, though.
Yeah, I like to see it on the table. It's been a minute.
So it's one of the first kits I bought when I got into Tyranids.
So cool.
And I put it together, used it a couple games, and then I took it and like kind of popped the pieces off so I could magnetize it. And it's just been sitting on the table for like a year.
Just armless.
Just armless and sad.
Yeah. It'd be good to get it back on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Knights are, I think they're back. I don't think they're, like, crazy or anything, but I think they're definitely, like, with the new models, with new book, new rules, I think you're going to see more people just playing Knights with a beer in their hand at tournaments. Not like a crazy amount, you know, not like ridiculous, but more than there were, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it'd be so much fun to roll up with just all close combat Khorne Knights.
Just
see what happens, man.
Throw it on the table.
Dude, yeah, this storm is kind of going crazy.
This storm's going crazy. We might call it here just to be safe, just so this doesn't delete. Because that'd be
perfect.
A shame.
Oh yeah, that would. Yeah, well, we'll save the progress here and
call it a day. Next week we'll be on the Chaos Knights.
Yeah, I'll do some studying on those. I'm excited to talk about them. I might buy them.
By the time you're listening to this, Zach might have a Chaos Knight.
Might. We'll see.
Nah, he's just like me. He's like, I'll get this army, and then never does. Or I get it, and then I sell it. That's what I do.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Right.
If you've been in this hobby long enough, you have multiple armies that you're ashamed of. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, but with that, we'll sign off. Just a nice, quick, short one. Nice and easy.
Yeah, I like it.
But, yeah, take care.
And happy gaming.